Budget 2025 has been delayed. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana was supposed to take to the podium today, but due to a lack of agreement, the announcement has been postponed to March the 12th. Godongwana says this will give the government time to have further discussions so that a new budget can be tabled. Analysts are of the opinion that the delay shows cracks in the government of national unity. The ANC's main partner in the GNU, the Democratic Alliance, says it opposed the budget because of the ANC's proposal to increase value-added tax by 2 percentage points. While announcing the delay, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Thoko Didiza, told lawmakers that budget proceedings have never been postponed like this in the 3 decades since the end of apartheid. The move created nervousness in the market. The rand extended losses after the budget was delayed. At one point, the local unit was trading down 1% against the US dollar. Now, in company news, lower commodity prices have taken the shine off Glencore's annual results. Adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization fell 16% to $14.3 billion. This is the second consecutive year of a lower profit for the miner and commodity trader, following 2 record years thanks to soaring metals prices. Nevertheless, the firm has announced it will return $2.2 billion to shareholders. This equates to a payout of about 18 US cents per share. That will be made up of a 10-cent base cash distribution and a top-up buyback of $1 billion, which equates to 8 cents per share. AngloGold is back in the black. The miner has reported an annual profit of $954 million. That's from a loss of $46 million previously. The swing was supported by a run in the gold price. Looking ahead, AngloGold has raised its output forecast for this year to between 2.9 and 3.2 million ounces. The firm says the addition of Centamin assets will support higher production. BHP has successfully priced $3 billion of senior unsecured bonds in the U.S. market. The miner says it intends to use the proceeds for general corporate purposes. The offer consists of 3 tranches of bonds. The first is $1 billion worth of 5-year bonds priced at a fixed coupon of 5%. The second is $750 million in 7-year bonds priced at a fixed coupon of 5.12%. And the third tranche is $1.2 billion in 10-year bonds at a fixed coupon of 5.3%. Vodacom is hoping to accelerate its earnings growth over the next 5 years. The mobile network operator says it plans to push growth in group earnings before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization into double digits. That's from a previously stated ambition of high single-digit growth. Discovery expects to report higher earnings at the halfway stage of the financial year. That's as a result of what the Financial Services Group describes as a strong performance during the period. Both headline earnings and normalized headline earnings are set to rise by as much as 35%. The firm will open its books on the 4th of March. The Durban High Court has dismissed part of RGS's application to interdict the execution of Tongaat Hewlett's business rescue plan. RGS filed an urgent High Court application to block the sale of Tongaat's assets to the Vision Consortium, but the court found that RGS didn't demonstrate grounds for urgency. RGS now needs to decide if it will pursue Part B, which is an application to set aside the business rescue plan. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump said Tuesday he intends to impose auto tariffs in the neighborhood of 25% and similar duties on semiconductors and pharmaceutical imports, the latest in a series of measures threatening to upend international trade. Here's more detail in this report.
Donald Trump has played his next move on tariffs. The US president said Tuesday that he would impose levies of about 25% on imported cars and similar duties on drugs and chips. Trump says his action on tariffs is already producing results.
I do want to say while I'm up here, I've been contacted by some of the biggest companies in the world. And because of what we're doing economically and through tariffs and taxes and incentives, they want to come back into the United States. And we'll be announcing various very large companies, the biggest actually, and they'll be coming back having to do with chips and having to do also with cars.
Trump also said more details on the auto tariffs would come on April 2nd, a day after cabinet members are due to report to him on options for new measures. He has long complained about what he sees as unfair treatment of US automotive exports. The EU, for example, imposes a 10% levy on vehicle imports, or 4 times the duty imposed by the US. However, Washington collects a 25% tariff on most imported pickup trucks, protecting a lucrative part of the market for domestic makers like Ford and Chevrolet. Trump says tariffs on drugs and chips will also start at 25% or above, and then go substantially higher over the course of the year. He didn't set a date for starting those levies, saying he wants to give pharmaceutical and tech firms time to set up US factories. Since his inauguration a month ago, Trump has stacked an extra 10% tariff on all imports from China. He's also set a March 12th start date for tariffs on imports of steel and aluminum. And while he has postponed measures targeting Mexico and Canada, he's also told his team to draw up reciprocal tariffs matching those imposed by all trading partners. Major export stocks were among the decliners in Wednesday morning trade in Asia following the news. In Japan, auto brands Mazda and Subaru both fell around 2% in early trade, as did drug maker Daiichi Sankyo. Over in Taiwan, chip giant TSMC fell around 1%.